Welcome back to Bros in a Landfill. It is a water stage today. I don't like this,
I
Chief.
I don't even remember defeating Metal Sonic, but I guess it happened.
Yeah. As shown on the forever we've shown in our Twitter moments, the pilot clip I put down. It is enshrined in history on both YouTube and Twitter. The moment we beat
wow.
Metal Sonic.
Okay, that's good. I remember like game overing to it at least once. But yeah, man, check out our social media for these cool moments that I forget about.
Yeah, well, that's why they're there, so Lunch can look at them and be like, haha, I remember that, and he doesn't actually have to watch the episode.
Right, it's primarily
for
me.
Yeah. Well, you see, Lunch is so busy with Hip Witch stuff that he just can't watch his own YouTube channels.
I think I got time for this shit.
He barely has time to record.
How was Wait, what time is it for you again, Try?
It is like 7, 8 o'clock.
In the evening, I presume.
Yes. Oh gosh. Yes, it's the evening. Yes, that is correct.
How did you spend
You
your
were keeping
day?
me. I spent my day doing stuff like being tired, working, talking to Helen, all that jazz.
Aw.
I've been playing Batman Telltale series with my parents.
With your parents?
While we eat dinner. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, funny story. Yeah. Yeah, funny story. Like I played through it earlier this year with Helen, and Helen's never she's never been a big like Batman or superhero fan. I think she's seen like one Batman movie before, and it was one of those campy ones.
Right.
She absolutely loves the Telltale series. Like she's so definitely like high praise for something for how like a superhero story.
Right, because it got someone who isn't really into superhero stories invested, and it's become your dinner table family situation. That's kind of awesome. I wish my parents would play Batman with me. I mean, they probably wouldn't because they're divorced. But anyway, but that would be fun.
About that. No, yeah, no. What makes it fun is because it's a game that's all about making choices and stuff. Is like it's not like this. It's not really that obnoxious to go through again. You know,
right?
It's
Because
like,
you get
I
to
can
see,
make different choices.
or see how your parents are different from you, maybe.
Well, no, I'm completely controlling everything. They're not making any of the choices.
So for them, it's just like an interesting like TV show almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And
well,
for me,
still
it's like, for me, it's like, I get to see like these different choices.
Right, so you're playing it differently than you did last time.
Yeah. Yeah, like the first time I played it, like how I would normally play these sorts of choose your own adventure games where like I'm like overly empathetic, I'm just nice to everyone sort of guy, and this one I'm playing kind of like a more like emotional, brash, kind of do what needs to be done sort of Batman.
Interesting. I've noticed lately
he's
that
like not.
Oh, sorry, you go.
It's like I'm not playing him as like necessarily like a bad guy. Like he's still like his like kill like crime bad, killing bad. But he's definitely flawed in the sense that he's like very impulsive.
I've noticed that I tend to play RPGs like the opposite of you, where normally I'm a bit brash and emotional and quite reactive to stuff. And I've been playing Mass Effect the remaster recently. And for the first time, I'm actually playing the game like as a much softer kind of person and a lot more diplomatic and like feeling less threatened by people just being dicks and being like, well, that doesn't bother me. I'm gonna keep being a good person. And it's interesting. I think maybe I've just genuinely changed a bit since the last time I played a game like this. Cause like
I can see that.
I don't know. Like I have more empathetic this time around, and I'm really soft. When I played The Witcher 3, like in that game, if you act like kind of brash or like toxically masculine, if you want to call it that, like there's actually real consequences in the story, and like I ran into a lot of situations, like some guy was being a dick to me in a bar, and so like I got into a fight with him, and then my friend got fucking stabbed and died, and I was like, oh no, that was bad. So like, I don't know, these role-playing games are interesting reflections of what's going on in your head. And
yeah, I find, yeah, I know, I definitely, there is, I'm trying to think, I feel like there was a game I played recently that was kind of like that, but it's not coming to my brain. Oh, shit, I can, oh, there we go.
Oh.
But even just like with, I think something, what's fun with like, I would say the Telltale type of games, it's not the only game company that necessarily does, but I think they popularized the, like, episodic structure.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting, like, oh, cool, I'm a boat enthusiast. I have a motorboating license, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I got it for Boy Scouts.
Dude, that's a fucking sick, fun fact of the video.
Hell yeah. Anyways, I think one of the things I think is really, both, interesting in both like, pros and cons is that, yes, like I'd say on one hand, what makes they are very because they're written around like these episode structures. You always like start off like interesting and have like these interesting payoffs at the end. Like all these there's always a cliffhanger. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But something I noticed between like especially the first one and the second one is just how clumsy the second one game feels at times. Like it definitely starts off a lot weaker than I'd say the first game. But
what's up with that?
I think a lot of the problem, and you see this with even just some technical difficulties, is that these are just, you can tell that there's definitely dev issues in terms of this is not a good way to be producing games.
Right.
I think it's partially why Telltale ended up going out of business. It's like you just trying to do the whole like, oh, we have like this episodic structure for like this game, like this setup. It's like, oh, we have a we have these strict deadlines of putting out episodes because they're not like making the whole episode all at once.
Yeah,
like I think
there's a lot of pressure, right? Because like in between, like while you're working on an episode, the people who played the last episode are like, they're really, really wanting this next one to come out so they can carry as much of their investment into the new game as possible. Like, I remember with like, I didn't play it, but I know with like the Game of Thrones Telltale game that like, they ended up taking a really long time in between episodes, in true A Song of Ice and Fire fashion. And yeah, like one of my friends was really into it. Like, I think by the time it actually came out, like they were kind of like, they didn't really care anymore, because it was like a year or something like that. So like I have to imagine.
Wow,
that adds a lot more pressure onto the devs.
I forgot Metal Sonic ate all my lives.
Right. You fucked our shit up, dude.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't the end of the stage. I mean, like that wasn't like a boss stage.
Yeah, no. Like. Halfway through Act 1 is a pretty merciful point to get a game over.
Yeah. I would definitely say that these sorts of Telltale games are definitely better enjoyed, like after the fact, and you can just consume them all at once.
Yeah, I think
like,
that probably is the way to do it.
But I really found like, while I think overall the second game has a overarching, more interesting story. I think the first game has better twists and like a better maybe a better villain. I'm not sure. I don't think it necessarily held up as well as the story didn't hold up to me as well on replay as the second game is.
Interesting.
But I feel like especially midway through
stressed.
some of the the bubble was right there.
It was like one.
I hate how that's timed. I hate how that's like so timed, and it's just such a. But something I noticed, especially early on with the second one is that the choices don't feel quite as clear as in the first game.
Really?
Like at times, like, and more dialogue choices. Like when it comes to the big choices, like, oh yes, go as this person and go as this person. But oh, that's not good. More so that like, I mean, there are some big choices that are like this, but there are a lot of times where it feels like you're kind of being misled of what the choices necessarily mean.
Right. So like you don't. Choices are less compelling if you don't really know what's at stake or how your actions are going to affect the situation.
Yeah. So like I would say like one major one like in the second game there's a I think in the second episode there's a point where like a drunk guy tries like stir up trouble. And
oh yeah.
And it's like you're given the option of like buy him a drink or like tell him like we'll make him back off or whatever, like defend like or whatever. And this is one of the few instances in the game where there's actually two choices in a row. Like most of the time it's just like, oh, you have one major choice.
Right, so the format changes a little bit and it's a bit confusing. Where's this bubble, dude?
Does it not spawn if you're like right on it?
Like, it's always oh, Tails got it, so that's okay. Man, we're having a rough time this episode.
Yeah, water levels suck.
Yeah,
I do wonder if it doesn't spawn if you're on top of it. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
I've always found Hydrocity or Hydrocity or however you want to say it to be a pretty like smooth sailing water level. Like it's quite brisk if you I guess if you're hitting the bubbles. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason water levels are like always contentious. Cause like they always fuck with like your basic movement, which is something that's always frustrating in a game.
Well, sometimes like the slower arcs actually help. Like, but it's really the drown timer that really fucks with you because like you kind of actually need to go faster, but you can't, you know?
Yeah, on this level you really want to like if you can hit those buttons that put a bubble around Sonic, like those are honestly like I think those are more important in this level than the regular bubbles. Did you know you can get Tails to carry you even in one player mode?
Oh, that's cool. I think I've had him do that a few times.
I think it's like you hold up and press jump, and I think it makes Tails jump. And then you can jump into his arms. Like, yeah, it takes a second to get the hang of, I think. But like, you just want to do it from just like a standing position. Yeah, and then you can mash the jump button to go up. I don't know if this will help very much in a water level. I don't know if you can actually... Wait, hang on a second. Logically, shouldn't it be easier for him to carry you swimming than on a... If you catch.
No, you're weighing him down.
I guess so.
You haven't really you have like all the problems that come with right, hedgehog and fox fur.
Sure. I've been animating a hedgehog for my game, and
hell yeah!
God, it's a fucking joy to have a hedgehog in my game. That makes me so fucking happy.
What's his name?
What's his name? Shit, I think he's just called Hedgehog. I don't know if he's ever given a name. There's a bird, and the bird has a name. The cat has a name. The duck, I guess, is also a bird. The duck doesn't have a name. But she's referred to as Mother Duck. So, I don't know, I guess it's just Hedgehog. I think a name for the character would be more headcanon than anything.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, I think I'm going to name him Brett.
That's actually a wonderful fucking idea. I don't know. It feels tasteless to name something in my own game after me. You know, this game about getting a naked guy's clothes back is high art. You know, it can't be sullied by.
Yeah. Well, it's Brett with one T.
Oh, okay, perfect. What do you think is the best water level you've ever played?
Oh shit. You know what? Actually, I might have to give some props to Kingdom Hearts 3. The parts of the Caribbean,
that's
like,
rare. That's rare from Trybien. Kingdom Hearts 3 phrase.
Well, I would like this is coming after playing Kingdom Hearts 1, which had probably the worst water level in probably gaming history.
Oh, okay, so they set the bar real low. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
because
worst water level in gaming history is a fucking feat. That's not easy. There's a lot of competition there.
Well, yeah. Well, just wait. Like, a lot of the problem is you're dealing with it's a 3D hack and slash platformer that all of a sudden adds a whole other dimension of movement that the game just wasn't designed for.
Yeah, I mean, like, water seems like something where you really have to account for it, like, from the beginning, if you want to not be annoying.
So, like, usually you just have to deal with enemies in front of, behind you, and maybe above you.
But what, now there's enemies underneath you?
Yes.
Oh, that does sound
and like in all directions around you.
Alright, back to the boss.
Is
this the boss or almost the boss? I don't remember. I played this game like over 5 times, and for some reason I don't remember. Oh, that's right. There's a crushing segment. That's what killed us before. Alright, you got 3 lives. We got this.
Well, I gamed over it before this, so...
I gamed over? I love that. I would normally say game over, but I don't know if that makes sense either. Gamed over...
It's stuff... it's stuff like this that's gonna kill me.
Oh no, you got stuck way too long!
It cut you off, man. I don't think what helps me is that this is the exact sort of stage you don't want to have like a time segment on, because the water just messes with your momentum.
Yeah, well, you're meant to just go before you get flooded. That's tricky, man. Yeah. I think you strangely have to be patient. Like if you in this segment, like if you just mash jump or jump at the wrong time, like it can really fuck you up. Requires a calm mind.
Which I don't have. But anyways, going back to Kingdom Hearts 3, so the Pirates of the Caribbean stage is
You got this.
So it's not fully a water stage.
Hey!
Ooh. I wouldn't say it's not fully a I don't know. Am I supposed to be able to drop something?
You can hold it down. It's like a suction. You basically gotta grab Robotnik and just fucking shred him on your propellers.
Oh jeez.
But you want to be careful not to get any of his bombs or whatever instead. It's a pretty
way to get him.
Once you get into a flow, it's a pretty easy fight.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out the gimmick.
You can start it in advance, like it'll just stay there. And
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. And like, yeah, it's like the timing is like fairly forgiving. The nice thing about this boss fight is that it's really more about the gimmick than it is, like, he's not really a threat to you. The real threat is yourself to yourself. Damn, we've been on the stage for 7.5 minutes. The levels in this game are long. Like, that is one thing. If there's another 2D Sonic game anytime soon, it's not that I have a problem with long levels, but, like, I kind of wish less of the levels were long, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Or at least like the first or second acts. Like I wouldn't mind like a longer first or second act, but like a shorter of the other
or
one.
just let us save in between acts. So that's honestly both.
Yeah.
There needs to be like just more variation. Like, I mean, I appreciate that they stuffed as much as they could into this game, but it can feel bloated at times, which is like one of the few criticisms I'll make of this, because I fucking love this game. It's one of my favorite games, probably of all time.
If you expect anybody to blood up a game, it's gonna be the fans.
Yeah, right. Like
something.
It's almost a lack of restraint.
Yeah,
but like
fans have been given a little too much power.
Well, I don't think that what they needed was more oversight from fucking Sonic Team. I don't trust their judgment at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying oversight from specifically Sonic Team. I'm just saying some level of oversight.
They probably need oversight
Team.
from someone who doesn't play Sonic games and being like, yeah, I don't know. But like, it's tricky because the amount of like fucking passion is like a huge part of the appeal of this game. Because you can just feel the love, right? So I don't know. I maybe with a sequel, I think they could probably fine tune things a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Anyways, actually speaking back to Kingdom Hearts 3, so
right.
It's the stage. The stage is actually a lot more. More kind of like your Assassin's Creed Black Flag sort of situation where you have a big like boat and island segments. Actually, I feel like the entire stage is probably inspired based off of Black Flag, just the way that it's kind of set up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you have your boat, you do boat combat, and then you go to islands, and then you swim under water to do stuff. And some islands have underwater segments. Most of the opening part of the world actually is mostly underwater until you get your ship.
Okay, that's interesting.
One of the things that they actually, I'd say one of the biggest improvements from Kingdom Hearts 1's water stage is that you get the fighting style and the magic actually change when you're underwater.
Okay, well, that sounds like the battle system accounts for being underwater rather than just being crippled by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so rather than just being like, oh, this is just the same fighting style, but you have an extra dynamic, it's all of your magic is changed to underwater versions, which makes sense, and are specifically tailored to dealing with enemies like all around you.
Well, they probably realized that it sucked in the other game. Oh.
Well, I mean, they didn't. I'd say like it takes a lot of balls to even go that far because they didn't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean. They could have just made it boats.
Yeah, or like on an island or something, you know, like.
Yeah.
It's not like those movies primarily take place underwater. They just have water.
Yeah. But it's like they wanted to show off that they can make a better water stage.
Yeah, like they can get it right. I respect that. Well, there you go.
And
praise for Kingdom Hearts 3
good,
Frozen Landfill.
Yeah. One of the actual nuts kind of cool things they did is where in the first game, like, swimming was just kind of like you just swim.
Yeah.
Like you're like mermaid version of Sora and stuff, and you just swim up and down and whatnot. What they do with this is you're just naturally swimming, but you fucking use the Keyblade as a propeller to propel you through the
Oh, that's sick.
What? And but that's when you want to speed up. You can still like normally swim if you want, but if you want to go fast, use your Keyblade as a propeller.
I feel like
go zoom.
Part of how to make swimming in games fun is to not like conform to how swimming actually works. Like, if you can give the character like some special way to like traverse the water, like that's sick. Because then it's more like a flying mechanic than a swimming mechanic, you know.
Yeah. Like I feel like I actually wouldn't mind Sonic underwater stages if, like, maybe if it wasn't so floaty.
It's quite extreme,
You know?
isn't it? Yeah. Honestly, I think this is a pretty good underwater stage personally. Though honestly, like, in my opinion, like as much as I like Hydro City, it almost feels like not enough of a water stage to me. Like, because quite a lot of it takes
I was
place
just about to say that.
outside of the water, and whenever you're in the water, like especially in this particular game, like it's like they're trying to ferry you through the water as quickly as possible. Oh, don't get crushed here. It's really easy to get crushed.
I was going to say the same thing. It really feels like they want you to they want to remove as much time in the water as possible.
Yeah, and
it's like so they can have their water stage, but like
no, they can have the water stage, but they don't have to, like... It's like instead of just making being underwater really engaging, it's like they're trying to work around that. But still, I think it's still good, despite that. But like there are like stages like Labyrinth Zone in Sonic 1, or I think whatever Aquatic Ruin in Sonic 2, cool. I think are more like water levels proper. I would like to see an attempt at like a Sonic water level that is like a pure water level that isn't fucking annoying.
I think I really think you'd have to end up reducing some of the
You're gonna have to be real careful. You're on 1 life, and this is the boss.
Oh!
Okay, I'm scared, dude. Okay, do you know how to beat it?
I think I have to hit those bombs back at it, right?
Yeah, you gotta touch those, like, hang on. Oh, wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, those circle things, gotta hit them. Oh, there's a bubble! Nice.
Damn it.
Fuck! Damn, it sucks.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like it throws me off. It just kind of threw me off with how the oh, damn it. Well, we're gonna be doing some cutting.
Should we call this the end of an episode?
Yeah, we'll call this an end episode, and we'll cut back to like the start of the
All right.
the start of the thing.
Catch you next time we upload this game.
Oh jeez.
Thanks for watching.
I literally forgot. I literally forgot how that started. Like the stage started, like with the pulleys.
Where am I?